Hello, kindergarten. We are ready for week 2 and day 2 of the stories. This story is about a hare and a tortoise. A hare is a type of rabbit, and they go really, really fast. And a tortoise is a type of turtle, and they go really, really slow. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention. I'm also going to show you the pictures along with the story, okay? There once was a hare who was always boasting about how fast he was. He never got tired of telling the other animals how fast he was and how slow they were. The hare was especially boastful when talking to the tortoise. "With a slow fellow like you are," he said to the tortoise one day, "I really feel sorry for you. Having to creep along like that. Creep, creep, creep. It must take you all afternoon just to cross the field." The tortoise was not amused. "You must be fast," said the tortoise, "but I'll bet I could beat you in a race." "Ha, ha, ha," the hare laughed. "That is hilarious. You must be joking. A race between you and me?" The other animals, "A race between you and me wouldn't even be close," the tortoise replied. "Well, then, let's try. Suppose we race to the foot of the mountain." "Sure thing," said the hare. Okay, so here's a picture of the hare and the tortoise talking about the race. See how he is bragging to the tortoise about how slow the tortoise is. "Sure thing," said the hare. The other animals all gathered around to watch the race. "Ready?" said the squirrel. "Set," said the mouse. "Go," said the raccoon. The hare darted off quickly and ran so far ahead that he was almost out of sight. The tortoise set off too, moving slowly but steadily. After he'd gone about halfway to the mountainside, the hare looked back. He saw that the tortoise was very far behind, so far behind that it seemed like he would never catch up. "This is not much of a race," sniffed the hare. Since it seemed to him that the race was already won, the hare decided to stop and take a little break. He nibbled some carrots. He nibbled some lettuce. He chatted with some friends. All the while, the tortoise kept moving, slowly but steadily. Okay, here's the beginning of the race. Here is a picture of the hare. He's looking back at the tortoise so far behind. Here's a picture of the rabbit as he's laying down and he's eating and he's just taking his time. The hare looked back and saw that the tortoise was still way out. He closed his eyes and he pretended he was sleeping. He didn't really mean to go to sleep. He just wanted to show the tortoise that he could still take a nap and win the race. But it was a warm day, and before long, the hare began to feel sleepy. Eventually, he nodded off and he began to snore while the hare was napping. The tortoise kept moving and kept moving, slowly but steadily. After 15 minutes, he crawled past the sleeping hare. After another 15 minutes, he was within a few feet of the finish line. That is when the hare woke up from his nap. He realized what had happened, and he set off running for the mountain as fast as he could. But it was too late. The hare had just arrived in time to see the tortoise crossing the finish line before him. So, the moral of this story is slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so here's the 8 questions that you need to answer about this story. In this story, are the characters people or animals? What kind of animals are they? Why do the hare and the tortoise decide to have a race? Does the tortoise really think that he can beat the hare? Who wins the race? How is the tortoise able to beat the faster animal, that hare? What is the lesson of this fable? Who is slow and steady in the fable? And what do you think slow and steady wins the race? What do you think that means? Okay, guys, thanks.